Hi, it's me, Tim Dodd, the Everyday Astronaut. Welcome to part 3 of my tour of SpaceX's Starbase factory and launch site with the ultimate tour guide, Elon Musk. Of course, if you haven't watched parts 1 and 2, what are you doing? You absolutely have to watch those first because there's just gobs of information. But this one's a little bit different. We actually go out to the launch pad while it's being constructed and watch Elon at work and still get to ask a couple fun questions. Just like before, the YouTube play bar is broken up into sections. We have links in the descriptions to those sections too. And of course, we have an article version of some of the notes and key takeaways of this conversation up at everydayastronaut.com. All right, let's hop in the car and head down to the launch pad. Is the radius actually going to change the exclusion zone a little bit when Super Heavy gets starts launching when you do the full stack?
Well, we definitely won't have people. We'll clear the whole area for orbital launches,
like Stargate and stuff.
Yeah. Well, we might have a small crew, with some shield, like robust, some shielding on the roof and strong glass. But like if something does go wrong with the orbital launch, it's really much more of a fireball than it is an explosion. But it is quite a big fireball.
Will you eventually be moving the launch control and everything, or is that staying at Stargate, at the control center?
It'll be at Stargate for now.
By the way, I just got back into town for the first time since the booster's been up, so I have not seen this.
Yeah, it's a lot of progress. The team's done great.
It's insane. God, it's so tall, and that's not even the whole thing.
That is the pool tower.
But I mean the booster.
Oh yeah, exactly.
The tower's done now, right? As far as height.
Yeah. The full stack will be a little taller than the tower.
God. Are you guys working on a second tower too already?
We are thinking about it.
What's the future for Starbase here? Like, will you guys always be launching from here, or what happens when the oil rigs go online?
I mean, as long as we're able to launch from here without too much operational difficulties, then we'll keep doing it. But it is a bit of a challenge with beach closers. There's some people don't want to have the beach closed that much, but on the other hand, we got to be able to launch. So it's to what degree can we operate from here effectively? And still let people use the beach and stuff.
Right.
To be determined.
So with the oil rigs though, are those, I guess, how urgent is that to get the oil rigs going? Or is that kind of we'll get those going and then, it might be 2 or 3 years before you actually start using them for launching?
We're not thinking too much about the oil rigs right now. We're demoing one rig, because we can just send it to a demo, like people who are really good at demolition and have them do it. But it's not occupying any mind share.
How far out will they, when you do start launching from there, is it going to be hundreds of miles, or is it 10 or 15 or something from shore?
We're not thinking about it.
That's, this is all good for me though, because I'm so nervous that it'll be hard to watch them once they start launching from out there.
Yeah. Right now we're just trying to think about the things that we have to think about.
Yep. Wow. So right in front of us, is that the QD arm? This yellow thing here on the right now, is that the QD arm, or is that one of the catchers?
That's the QD. Yeah, we can hop out here. Hey, how's it going?
Let me give it to you something.
Okay.
This one. This for you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right?
Thanks.
We're gonna make it.
All right. Cool.
We're gonna make it.
Hey, Sam.
Hey.
All right, Sam.
Thanks, Zero.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
Cool. How's it going, guys?
All right. Actually, Taylor has a plan as of right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we rolled this thing over today, so it's all in place. Both cranes are in their set location for tomorrow.
Okay.
Tonight, we are going to pre-rig everything.
Do you guys mind being on camera or anything? It's just
Yeah, I can always blur you
You're
out.
very
shy. Sam, I know you are.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's just an iPhone camera. But
All good.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so tonight we pre-rig. We're obviously doing that
Hey,
double
can you stop
crane
vlogging? I'm about to
two
head out.
cranes. Pre-rig it all. Our crane operators get in at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Get everything finally hooked
All right.
up. We do our pre-test.
okay.
Right, just watch the
Clear the launch
staircase. I
zone
want to
of
go up there.
the big things
All
so
right.
we don't want things sliding around.
right,
And we
bye.
lifted in 11 hours.
11 hours. Okay. Cool. Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We're on
So
track.
check
Exciting.
this out. You see that flange that's sticking out from the bottom of the launch mount right there? It's a T.
Yeah.
So right there, it's a T. You want to head up to the top, and we'll show you what our game plan is over there.
Sure.
This is you were rightfully worried about this, but I think the guys have a pretty good plan. We went over the plan and any contingency planning.
Okay.
All of last night, 6 welders got all the shelves done for the jacks. So the jacks are up there now. And actually, hey Bueline, you want to go up with us? Sure. So those are the jacks on each leg.
All right.
The jacks that we got. So on top of that column right there, there's some shim plates. We believe we're off by ½ an inch,
Half an inch.
like
Damn.
the
okay.
plane. So what these guys have done, they added plates where we think we're gonna be high, and we'll keep the crane on the whole time while we're jacking. And then Robert, you wanna talk about the lap plates that you guys have?
Sure. Yeah, as we're leveling, we might get some gaps here that are bigger than you'd like for your weld gaps. So if that happens, we got some just plates to bridge that gap. So we
Okay.
weld there, weld up top.
It's a lot of steel.
Yeah, and then over here, that little thing I pointed out in the launch mount goes into this alignment. So we got 2 places here. So we'll be able to go right in here. That locks
Okay.
us
Oh,
on
great.
rotation.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so this is key. This was tracked in.
Sure.
Same thing on that side. So we'll get rotation, and then our plane will be fixed by the 6 jacks, but we only need 2 jacks actually. I think they're 200-ton jacks, so, but we have all 6, so we can really dial it in.
All right. Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah,
Great.
and look, I mean, we moved it and we had guys right back inside of it going. Again, it's all bonus time work in terms of fluids routing, and those are the hoods. So when the QDs retract on the hold downs, the top interface is that hold down hood, or sorry, the QD hood, and so it clamshells back in. It's all through like just a strut, not a dynamic system on its own. The hold down hydraulic actuator actuates the hold down,
Yeah.
the QD, and the hood all together.
Well, as you can see, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring you up here. We've got a handful of guys on pad B right now, suborbital pad B, so that we're ready to take a ship. So we've been off of it the whole time, but we've got a few days on that, so we do want to knock some of that out right now,
Okay.
so that we're ready for ship 20 when it comes out here.
All right.
And then we got a bunch of people on the prop farm, and then tomorrow at 5 a.m. when the guys get in, they start rigging and lift at 9. This whole area is cleared, so all the guys that were going to be on the launch mount all go over to the prop farm. So actually some of the guys' work tonight is not actual physical work, but prep for the Army that goes over there tomorrow.
Okay.
So that we can be effective with like 70 people.
Got it. Great. Well, it's definitely a beehive of activity. That's
Yeah,
good.
this is super exciting. There's a few things to be worked out. After listening to what you said about contractor stuff, I got with our supervisors here, and we're trying to figure out what the right number is. And also, since we have all these great individuals here right now, it's also a good time. Like, oh, is there anyone from here that wants to join SpaceX? So
Sure.
we're looking into it. We've incorrectly surged
for like 6 months continuously without looking back into it and looking at the proper head count.
Okay. Yeah, if somebody's de facto long-term, we should make them long-term, not temporary.
Yeah. It's easier too because these guys come and go, and then contract ends. It might be another company. They're just not set up the right way. So.
No, it's better for them and SpaceX.
Yeah.
So.
But the logistic plan right now is wild. So we're also running out a lot of parts. So McGregor is shipping us a bunch of fittings and seals. We got Cape and Vandy ready too to ship us stuff. We'll back order all those other sites on the stuff we take, but we're just trying to keep, we're trying to keep feeding these guys with parts right now.
Okay. And that launch ring is complicated.
Yeah. I do, however, like the approach of having the hold downs on the inside like that, where they fold into each other. Like, I like that design. However, everything else we need to take a look at, just like how thick the steel is to begin with. We obviously learned trying to bolt in and align some of the lugs is not the right path. We learned that line boring, as we got good at it, we got really fast at it too. So at least for the next launch mount, we're thinking line boring is the better step. Reduction in mass is going to be huge for us.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes a long time to weld thick steel.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a 1-inch weld here, all the way around, inside and outside. One pass on the inside and outside, just one weld pass, will get us 40 miles per hour on booster and ship.
Okay. Great. Well, super impressive. If we can mount this thing in 11 hours, or frankly even tomorrow, that'll be great.
We had to hot wire that crane, and then one of our new roads that we did collapsed on us, so we had to find a different route this morning. This crane went in place. We did lose a little bit of time having to backfill, but that off went pretty well.
Okay.
And the two, like, second largest crane in the world, third largest crane in the world, we have 2 operators for that pick. So one guy from our team, Dave Wright's going to run the yellow. Giovanni's going to be on the big crane.
Okay.
So that they're going to load share appropriately and get this thing up.
Great.
This was brilliant because we would have spent 4 days reconfiguring this thing.
Yeah. Like the two things we really need to get good at here is tall stuff and small stuff. As Bill Riley would say.
But it's also pretty amazing that on a project at this scale, you're still measuring things in days. You're still like a day, you know. I mean, that's impressive. When other people are like
really
months,
minutes and
hours.
seconds. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, it's nonstop. It's not like you're doing that because there's a launch in 2 days. You're doing that the whole time this place has been developed. It's been like down to you're counting every minute and second.
I told the crane operators, what would you do if there's an asteroid heading to this planet in 8 days?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they were told today.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe there is.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. I think if we operate with extreme urgency, then we have a chance of making life multiplanetary. Still just a chance, not for sure. If we don't act with extreme urgency, that chance is probably 0. And the rate of innovation is not going to be constant. It's either going to increase the rate of innovation, or it's going to slow down. If you look at American access to space with Crew, we were able to go to the moon in '69. Then with the space shuttle, we could only go to low Earth orbit. And the space shuttle retired. And then for almost a decade, there was no America had no access to space with people. So this is a pretty bad trend. It's trending to 0.
Right.
We need a very strong trend in the other direction in order to have any chance whatsoever of making life multiplanetary.
Yep.
So that's the reason for the extreme sense of urgency.
It's legitimate.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be long dead before, Mars is self-sustaining, but hopefully the momentum is strong in that direction by the time I die. Hopefully, which probably isn't soon, but no.
Wow. Well.
All right.
Yeah. Cool. Sam, what if right when I got to the top, I'm like, oh, by the way, I have a horrid fear of heights.
Oh, do you?
No, I don't, but that'd be funny.
I'll go to the tower next time then. That view is amazing.
Dude, it's huge.
Oh, it's very impressive. It's great to see the progress. Nice work, guys. Yes.
Yeah, I think looking how fast everything came together.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be amazing if we can mount this thing tomorrow, which is looking like we got a good shot at that.
We've got paving, continuous paving around the site as well, so we can keep getting more and more paving going. We got landing pad expansion specifically, so we can give the tower guys for the arms a little bit more room to work on.
So what is the current plan for B3? Are you thinking about putting more Raptors up under it still and seeing how it does?
Sorry, for what?
For B3, you had talked once about like maybe putting 9 up under there or something.
No, it's we're just gonna focus on 4. Boost 4. Like I said, it's a rapidly changing situation, so I mean, you think of it like a guided missile. Like a guided missile is going in the wrong direction at any given point in time, but it course corrects.
Yep.
You don't want to be a super precise cannonball when you don't even know where the target is.
Yep.
The overarching optimization is what is the fastest time to a city on Mars, and then subset. Fastest time to a fully reusable rocket, subset fastest time to orbit, basically.
Yep.
So all of the initial production is simply a learning exercise. It is not, none of the initial ones will be long-term. So it's really just a question of like, what knowledge can you learn in the shortest period of time?
I mean, I feel like you didn't quite have this freedom with Falcon 9 when you were developing Falcon 9.
Oops, actually, sorry, a car over there?
Yep, it was just
Okay.
around.
No, we did not have this flexibility with Falcon 9.
So you had to be a lot more rigid, and you had to nail it a lot more when you were developing Falcon 9. Because you were flying cargo pretty much and getting ready for commercial resupply. Like you had to pretty much be a lot. Like, do you think if you could have?
Technically, we did have the Grasshopper program.
Right.
Shanna Diaz ran the Grasshopper program. That we learned a lot. Amazingly, the amazing part is Grasshopper did not blow up.
Right.
So that's shocking. But we did blow up a
the F9R.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And ironically, that was when I was like telling the SpaceX board, hey, let's have a board meeting in Texas, and you could see the rocket go up and land. That's the one time it blows up.
I did not know that. I did not know that.
So, man, it is sweaty out here.
Heck yeah. Let's keep going. We'll take more people.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta sign off at this point.
Yeah. Any last things you want to say to all the people excited about this program?
Yeah, I mean, basically just, I think it's cool that people are getting excited about rockets and kind of finding out, how do rockets work, and, thinking maybe about life becoming multiplanetary and being a spacefaring civilization, because I think the experience makes the future inspiring. That's, it might be the most inspiring thing. So it certainly is the most inspiring thing for a lot of people. And so I hope this gives people confidence about the future, and that humanity will have an exciting future in space, and we can make science fiction not always fiction, but a reality one day. Thanks.
Yeah, I like that. Yep. Thanks, Elon.
All right.
Thank you again, Elon, for all of the time that you spent, for everything we got to do, and for allowing us to share this with the world.